And I think that, you know, when she weighed it out, she thought that if she carried on living the way they wanted her to live, you know, she would have also destroyed herself. So in that way, you know, she felt that she still had her dignity. That's very important.
In a car park? I mean, I still don't grasp what she thought she could achieve.
I can feel why she did this. As a Palestinian, when I was deprived of all these things, of my homeland, of everything that belonged to me, I had the feeling of revolt. I wanted to express it. In the first place, I thought somebody would listen to me, but there was no way. I tried over the years to make somebody listen to my pleading, but nobody gave me an ear. So the outcome of all this feeling was, I felt sometimes that I was going to explode. So, and I am sure she came to that point herself. She had no other expression except to die.
But Violet, Sammy, I mean, you're identifying with someone from a highly privileged society, with every material possession. I mean, a princess.
Was she a princess? I mean, she was a princess by identity, obviously, that she comes from a royal family. She has all the comforts and the material comforts of life. She rejected this. As far as she is concerned, as a human spirit, she had nothing. She was not a princess.
She was not free to move like the Palestinians. She was not allowed to do so many things, and the Palestinian is not allowed to do so many things. He doesn't have the liberty to travel wherever. He hasn't got a passport. He hasn't got an identification. It's the same with her.
But they contained her, actually. Like the way they were trying to contain the Palestinian revolution, they contained her by giving her all the material comfort in life. She refused that material comfort. She didn't want it. She wanted to be, and not only to have.
As you do.
As I do, yes. I want to be.
Sure about the Beirut connection?
Absolutely. The girl was at the Beirut Women's College, 73, 74. The boy was at the American University.
Eli Salawi.
Is he married?
No, just a student. Shukran.
He was still executed.
The price of meddling with somebody else's wife.
What do you know about the husband?
Not much.
Salawi, professional gossip and raconteur, with his own private network of informers and contacts.
The type would like his wife to stay at home and raise many, many children. It wasn't her kind of life. So she refused to live as his wife.
Do you accept Badra's version?
Absolutely. With the exception that he missed out one important fact.
What was that?
The girl's grandfather. He is very important. He was the ruler's elder brother. A typically reactionary prince. One of those who rode out of the desert, sword in hand, side by side with their father. A very notorious person. Actually, and this is the irony of ironies, he was one of the original Arab playboys. In the early 50s, he used to go abroad every year. Drink, gamble, women. He used to do everything. A very notorious person. Do you know what they called him? The father of two evils. Not just one evil, but double evil. Now, when he heard what his granddaughter had done, he flew into a rage. He thought she had besmirched his honor publicly. He had to prove to everyone that he was still al-Muqattam, the fearless one, that he had the balls to take away the life of his favorite granddaughter in order to save the image of his honor publicly.
But she was condemned by a court, not by her grandfather.
Of course. But the old man was so powerful. He could, of course, have ordered the husband just to divorce her, and then there would have been no case.
Yes, but the girl was also responsible for her death. If she'd pleaded not guilty, then the case would have been called off and the grandfather would have been powerless.
Absolutely right. But instead, they were both set on this collision course. You see, they say the girl was very much like her grandfather. She carried the old man's seeds, as they say, followed his traits. She was also fiery-tempered, a bit wild. She acted first and then thought afterwards. Oh, I quite agree with Badra. I think he was right. The girl brought it all on herself.
من الشاب؟
الشياح.
مين اللي قاعد جنبك؟
رجل انجليزي.
اعطينا الهوية. تفضل امشي.
It's over there. It's that gate there. Yes, that one. Okay, fine. Thanks. That's 3.
Okay.
Salam.
شو بدك؟
I've come to see Mr. and Mrs. Haddad. They're expecting me.
وقد رفض عدد من المسيرية والإقلاع إجراءه بينما كانت الحكومة اللبنانية تستعد لإرسال لجنة رسمية إلى ليبيا وإيطاليا تحقيق اختفاء الإمام موسى الصدر زعيم طائفة المسلمين الشيعة في لبنان والذي لم يظهر له أثر منذ الاحتفالات السنوية.
Christopher, Nabil.
You made it, eh?
Who are these people?
Oh, refugees, neighbors, even people from the south. They come here because they feel safe, you know. The gate, the walls. It's the end, Christopher. Complete civic breakdown. Please.
Nabil Haddad,
No water.
architect and close
No
friend.
authority. Thank God I persuaded Mona to go back to London, to stay out of it.
And the children?
They're here, with me. We're Arabs, they said. We belong here. We don't give the orders. Out there, 12-year-olds are carrying machine guns. They give the orders.
I know, I've seen it.
The ordinary Lebanese, they are the victims. They have to bear the burden of everyone else's fight. The Russians, the Americans, the Israelis, the Arab left, the Arab right. And every way, we lose. If the peace initiative succeeds, the rejectionists will hit us. If it fails, the Israelis will do it for them. I love my country, but it's finished. I'm 45 years old. Where can I begin again? Christopher, how is your work going? Your princess?
I feel absurd talking about her. Here, now.
Not at all. We felt that story intensely here in the Lebanon. Of course, you know the boy's uncle is their ambassador here.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yes. His guardian, in fact. The father is dead. You know, he wasn't even told about the execution. They didn't even tell him. He loved that boy.
Do you know the ambassador, personally?
Oh, yes. He heard at 4 o'clock in the morning. A telephone call. The day after. A shock. He went away for a long time. He wouldn't speak to anybody. Not even his closest friends.
Would he talk to me? No?
No, Christopher. It wouldn't be right. I'm sorry. Are you getting any closer to the girl?
Not really. I've had one glimpse of her in a London flat. All the rest is second-hand. I'm relying on the women's college tomorrow. If I can just get the names of some of her classmates.
سمعتي ايه؟ أمريكا هلأ هي رافعة الوقت فوق اليوسف.
She rebelled. She wanted to go to university, to Beirut. You can imagine the influence there. Radical Arab politics, women's liberation, Palestinians, Western influences, all pulling in different directions.